it's rare that we see two teams in a win-win with the trade, right? Like, I think it is rare, the Rams and the Lions, like a real win-win. I think so.
Well, the Rams almost have to be at the point where they're thinking, yeah, we won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but did we win the big
man, this
picture
guy's
of it?
only 29.
I know, I hear
you know?
Yeah,
did
right.
we screw up?
Right.
Is it on us that we didn't find a way to coax more out of Jared Goff before I just got impatient and threw my hands up in the air and said, get this guy the hell out of here?
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, they're gonna think about that, certainly. But damn, they got a good one there. And I think they've built a team around Matthew Stafford now that's almost similar to what the Lions got there with Jared Goff, and a big offensive line, run the football, do all of that.
A year ago, they were hoping that the Jets wouldn't get Aaron Rodgers, so they would call up and trade for Stafford.
Yeah. No, well, I think that, they had the same fear we all did, that, wow, he's been beat up about as much as any quarterback of this era, right? I mean, Matthew Stafford was beat up like old school quarterbacks back in the 70s and 80s. That's how he started his career. So I think between that, right, he's not the biggest of guys. He's bigger than people realize. I think there was a little bit like, wow, mid-30s, he's been hit a lot. Is he going to be able to hang in there for a few years? I think last year he proved it, and I think finally they have a team that makes sense for the quarterback they have in front of him as far as the O-line and how they're going to play that is going to extend his career. So, I hear you. You're right. Like, the Lions won. I think, I don't know. That's a tough one. It's a win-win either way. It was a great trade. But here's the other aspect I want to ask you.
But Goff is going to be with the Lions a lot longer than Stafford is with the Rams.
We'll see. Stafford might shove that up where the sun don't shine or where that damn tube is from last week still. He might shove it up there, all right?
It might still.
It's still in there.
God.
But
I've heard of sponges being left in, surgical cavities before. I don't know that they left the tube there.
Right,
that
good.
would be.
I think you would know.
That would be uncomfortable.
You'd be a little squirmy.
Enjoy your breakfast.
But here's the other thing. I just want to ask you this is, two guys talking ball and doing this. Would you have paid Jared Goff this type of money?
No.
Where would have been the sweet spot for you?
47.
45, 47, somewhere in there.
But I still don't know what they're truly committed to.
Yeah, I know.
We see the big picture,
right,
and that's what gets put out there because it looks best for the player. I'd want to see what they're truly committed to. But I wouldn't have gone to 53 new money. I wouldn't have done that.
That was surprising to me too. I'm not going to lie. I was surprised by that. I was, but yeah, I know. We'll have to see.
But you know what? Here's the other side of it. This is the Sean Alexander dynamic. This goes back to 2005. Seattle Seahawks win the NFC, go to the Super Bowl, played in Detroit. Do you know Jerome Bettis was from Detroit? And Sean Alexander was the MVP that year. Contract was up. They really didn't want to pay him, but everybody in Seattle loves Sean Alexander.
Yeah. Right.
Ultimately, it is a business. Ultimately, you have to keep your customers happy. Jared Goff, they love him.
They love him.
They chanted it at the draft.
Yeah.
You got to pay the guy.
Yeah.
It's like this is like a bunch of movie references today, but Maximus stayed alive because the emperor couldn't kill him because the mob loved him.
Yeah, right.
He had to embarrass him. He had to humiliate him. He couldn't kill him. He couldn't martyr him because the mob loved him. And the mob, the fans, the Lions fans loved Jared Goff. So at a certain point, we just got to do what we got to do. We got to ride this out. Will we win a Super Bowl with him? I don't know. We got to ride it out.
You're not convinced of that. You don't know if you can win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff?
I still have concerns about the missed throw in Super Bowl 53. And I know that that's just one play, but that's the play you grow up waiting for. And we've seen guys rise to that occasion, and we've seen guys not rise to that occasion. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't. Jared Goff didn't. Patrick Mahomes does. Tom Brady does. Aaron Rodgers, when he had that one chance in Green Bay to actually play in a Super Bowl, did. Do you rise to the occasion or not? And I'd still want to know exactly what it was that caused Sean McVay to give up a first-round pick to get rid of Jared Goff instead of just riding it out for a couple of years. What was it that caused you to do it? Was it just true all-in? Pay that man his money? Crack open the Oreo? Right? KGB Bob?
Right.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Was it Teddy KGB?
Teddy KGB, yeah.
What am I saying? Bob KGB. What the hell? Close enough. Well, I mean, did they really F them picks all in? Let's just get Matthew Stafford. Let's just win a Super Bowl. Maybe Jared Goff will win 5, but we want one now.
Yeah.
I want to know why he gave up on him. What caused him to say this guy is out? And
I could tell you that. You're what you're saying. You're not off. It's not. You just think it was that game that he missed those throws? You know what I mean? It was a ton of games. It was too much of, I got to figure out the right play and the right way to do everything just to make him look good at the time, right? I think this is one of those things that was like just what the doctor ordered, right? It happened. You're like, damn, you're pissed if you're Jared Goff. I can't believe they're getting rid of me. But it's like the exact kick in the ass he needed, right? Almost like Brady getting the Garoppolo draft pick. It was a little bit like, whoa, wait, I got to change the way I'm playing here. Like, they are serious about replacing me. Goff was like, more of like, whoa, I better get my crap together. That team didn't even like me, and I was the number one pick, and they're paying money. I might not be a quarterback in this league much longer if I continue down this path. And then he got the right guys that I think between Mark Brunell at the quarterback coach position who could kind of bring him along, massage his confidence. Hey, Jared, you can make that throw. Throw it in there, man, right? And then you get Ben Johnson giving him all these answers and explain it to him on the offensive side of the ball. You start to feel comfortable. They run the ball, right? They can do everything that way. He's at a point here now, too, where, hey, they're such a good damn team and what they've done. You kind of look at it and you go, you know, hey, like the championship game. I mean, damn, they ran the ball down the throat of the 49ers. Jameson Williams ran for a 50-yard reverse, right? He just has to make a few handful of plays here and there and not mess up the game with the way they're set up.
Then why are you paying him
him
$53 million a year?
Well, because of a lot of the things we talked about. You always talk about they want the quarterback to be the guy. The pressure of the media is on it. We traded and did everything. This puts a spotlight on that great trade we did.
Yeah, that's
all
true.
of it. I think all of it goes into this a little bit. Plus, we're in this weird era, to your point, where teams are negotiating against themselves to pay quarterbacks. They're literally like, you want 47? No, we'll give you 49. What, you want 49 and a half? Oh, screw that. We'll give you 52. And they just, it's weird.
It's like
and
Michael Scott negotiating contracts.
It is very odd that it is like that. And yeah, I want to see one of these teams call somebody's bluff at some point. But like, yeah, Miami's going to be in this now. Where's Miami going to go with Tua? I'm interested in that.
We're going to get there. Before we get there, I'd love to, what?
I'm excited. I get going. Yeah,
I'd love to know
what
Sean McVay thinks of all this. And if Sean McVay, in the quiet moments when he's trying to fall asleep, I have a feeling it's hard for him to fall asleep because I don't think he can ever like unplug. And,
he's a psycho. And a good
so he's laying in bed and he's staring at the ceiling and he's thinking, what could I have done? I wish I could do a Sean McVay impersonation, but it would involve like talking really loud.
What should I have
talking
done,
really
man?
loud with no modulation.
Man, what should I have done? I don't know. I could have called this play. I could have called that play. I don't know.
And when he's thinking, does he use name repetition on himself? I'd want to know that too. Does he think, Sean, Sean, this is what I should do, Sean? So, Sean, is he thinking, could I have done something to get Goff where he is, short of disrespecting him by basically, it was kind of like, I get the impression, like when you're in, and I rewind to younger days, dating somebody, and it's time to move on.
Date with you?
And it's time to move on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I have a child. So and we did the DNA test.
It's you. Okay.
So anyway, when you just, it's like, I got to break up with this person, and I really don't want to do it.
Right.
I'm just out. And because that's kind of what the Rams did to him.
A little bit.
Like, just done.
Right.
And this metaphor is falling apart quickly because it assumes there's a way to fix it. Is there a way to fix it?
Who is this one you doing?
No. But is there a way to fix it?
Right.
Like, could I have gone to him and said, hey, Jared, this is what we need you to do, or we're going to trade you.
Yeah.
You need to do this because I'm going to be straight with you. Because, see, this is the problem. When you blow smoke up a guy's ass, as Sean McVay tends to do, it makes it hard to then say, man, you got to get better or you're out. I'm telling you, we got to have this difficult conversation. I just wonder whether he's thinking, is there something I could have done to get Jared Goff to have the wake-up call that trading him? Because I don't think that was on their radar screen. Hey, we're going to unload this guy and give up a first-round pick, hide it in the Matthew Stafford trade terms to get him out of here. There's a chance he's going to become better than he's ever been.
Right.
I don't think they even thought that. I think they had come to the conclusion, this guy's all he's ever going to be, and that's it. And it's almost like they Trojan horsed him to Brad Holmes and the Lions.
They were like, oh, you think you can save him? Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good luck. I mean, I agree with you there. I think Sean McVay, knowing him through the years, I don't doubt that he's thought those thoughts that you're talking about. He's never been one to back down from what he's done right, what he's done wrong, reevaluating himself, self-scouting himself. I have never known him to be that. I'm sure he does wonder. And he admitted a lot of times last year too, right, that he didn't handle that situation, right, when they were getting ready to play him. He was very, self-aware of that.
You ghosted that person you were in a relationship with, and now they're back.
Now they gave him signals.
And they're doing well.
He wasn't playing well that last year he was there. And then, of course, they played John Wolford at the end of the year, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Put him on the bench. I mean, that was a big signal.
And he was injured, but he wasn't. He could have played, but he didn't.
Right.
And they went with John Wolford.
They went with John Wolford. So, I think they had come to their wits' end at that time. And I think it just was one of those where it all worked out perfectly for Jared Goff, the Lions, and, of course, the Rams, too, with them getting Matthew Stafford. But a change was needed. And I think, with Matthew Stafford, with Jared Goff going to the Rams, he was the number one pick of another regime. He's a young quarterback. McVay took over. You try to want to make it work. You're trying to build a young guy's confidence a little bit. And maybe sometimes it can get to a point where it's like, wait, I've kind of babied this guy so long and kind of been trying to bring him along. It's hard for me to flip the switch and now be like the tough, hard-ass coach that wants to change him.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.